Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Friday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends up in Sydney. Of course, being with the Panthers netball team. Of course, the 23s unfortunately didn't quite make the finals, but the Opens team just played their prelim final on Wednesday night, unfortunately falling short of making that big dance, of course, on Wednesday night. And, of course, we've got two very special guests joining us right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks, all you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us which teams in the Panthers netball you all play for.
Hi, my name's Carissa. I play for the Opens netball team. I'm the captain of the Opens netball Premier League team at Penrith.
Hi, I'm Jayla. I play in the under-23s for Panthers.
So, Jayla, I'll start with you first. Also, of course, your team didn't quite make the finals this year. Tell us a bit about the season.
I think it was a good season. I think all the girls started to gel towards the end, but obviously we didn't make it, which was a bit of a low, but I think we really grew as a team, and I think we learnt new skills and got a good friendship out of it.
What did you learn from the season?
I think we learnt when we started to connect, I think we started to get those results that we wanted to see.
And so you mentioned that slow start, finished the season really well. Any, I guess, learnings from, any confidence coming out of the back half of the year going to the 23 season?
I think the confidence would be that at the end we started to win some more games, and I think the score started to get, if we lost, it wasn't as big as the beginning of the year. So I think taking that into next year will be good.
Carissa, your team just played in a prelim final on Wednesday night against against North Shore United, which were the defending champs from 2 years ago. How did that all go? Obviously, was it disappointing that you couldn't make the big dance after obviously being Manly the week before?
Yeah, I think definitely we came in thinking obviously we had a strong chance. We're the only team that could actually beat them that season. So we played them the very first round and 1-1. So our confidence was high, and coming off a great win against Manly, we went in there with strong hopes, but they were just too classy in the end, and definitely got that second half away from us very quickly. And obviously at the end of it, we were very devastated and disappointed, but I think after some reflection and some time away, we've realised how far we've actually come this season, from bottom of the table contestants to a year turnaround to now making semis and a prelim final is absolutely amazing. So not only for the players and the hard work from the coaching staff, but definitely as a club, Panthers were very happy of what we achieved this season for us all.
I know this is going to sound a silly question to ask you, Carissa, but did the 2021 disrupted season, which obviously came to an end abruptly because you went into lockdown, did that sort of help you in regards to using 2021 as, sort of a trial run for the 22 season to where you got to in the finals?
Yeah, I think so. I think we only had not even a full round last year. So it was kind of like a back into reality this year, but it gave us time over that break to have actually a really good time off the season and fix what we needed to fix. Any niggly injuries we had in our team, we were able to have that time to rebuild, rehab. And sometimes it's good to have some time away from the sport you love and then come back with a fire and a passion to actually really drive hard and get those goals that we were all set at the end of last year.
I know it's pretty fresh, that loss in the prelim, but I guess how proud is the team, and have you had a chance to reflect on it, I guess, 2 days later?
Yeah, I think we're very proud of one another. The support that the girls show after the game, obviously a few tears and a few upsets, but obviously recouping at the end. I think we walked away holding our heads held high for what we have accomplished and realising that this season was a tough season, and the new conference and the new setup was all very new to us, and what we achieved at the end was excellent. So we haven't had a chance to meet personally. I've sent some messages to each other just to check in and see how everyone's going, but we do have some catch-up days coming up in the next couple of weeks. So it'll be good to catch up and continue that strong friendship and support network that we have in our team.
For both your teams, this question to both of you to answer, which is, tell us a couple of players in your team that had an awesome year other than yourselves.
I can start. Thanks, Jayla. We had a fair few. Obviously, I love every single player in my team, and they've developed so much over this season. But I think a few players have come in. So we've actually had a player from Melbourne come to Sydney, so Emma. And she's really driven that attacking edge for us, that wing attack position, controlling that, as well as Sally. So Sally's from Newcastle, first time in Premier League. And I think she's really held her position quite strongly. It's coming up with those strong goalkeepers. So she's worked well nicely in there, and some great height for us to feed the ball. And to be honest, that's hard. It's a hard question. I think we just gel. Everyone has their own special abilities and their special skill set that they bring to the team, and I think that's what makes us work so well. So across the board, everyone has something very important that they bring to us and made us where we are left on that table.
I think as a team, everyone's grown, but one that stands out was Eleanor. Eleanor had a really good season. I think played every game pretty similar. There wasn't a game where you'd say, oh, she's a bit off, but all the games were great. Georgia came back from an ACL injury, and her fitness got heaps better with the season, and I think she knew that, and I think that pushed her on to keep going.
I'm also going to jump in before I forget her, because she did an amazing comeback, was Olivia. She actually had a stroke at the start of the season. So she played the last, I think it was nearly a whole round, 5 to 6 games after coming back from obviously that rehab process is quite severe, and she's still blind in one eye. So she's had a tough trot this year, but her fight and determination to get back on that court has been amazing. After what she's been through at the start of the year is incredible. So a massive shout out to the Liv.
So tell us a bit about your coaches.
So we had new coaches, both a coach and assistant coach this season. So Moy coached the 23s last year. So she stepped up to Opens this year and has been absolutely amazing for our team. Has supported us throughout the whole entire season. Provided our training sessions have ramped up as well, but really given us direction of what we need to do and how we can improve as a team, and really that grind and that hustle and go for everything, and have that hunger. We also had Alicia. She came from GWS, so she's an assistant coach, and some new ideas, some fresh eyes into the Panthers has been really great for us. And she's worked extremely hard with the attacking end and the shooters to get that on point. So both very highly experienced coaches that we've had this season.
I had Jenny and Yvette. Jenny was a very good coach, very knowledgeable. She knew what she wanted, and she told us what she expected from us. I think she passed down a lot of good skills all of us will continue on with our journeys and use. Yvette worked a lot with the defence, and as I transitioned to the centre, she really helped me to understand some of the defensive stuff and really helped me know when to fit in and stuff, and so did Jenny with the attack. For
both of you, how did both of you get involved in netball, and why did you choose it?
I got involved in netball when I was 8 years old, Penrith Junior. So played for St Clair, then Penrith RSL, and then went through all Penrith. Went to Blue Mountains for a bit, and then Borkham Hills, GWS, and then come back to Penrith and back to the hometown, which is awesome. And the reason why I got into it is my mum. So my mum's been a massive influence onto when she played netball as well, going through her childhood and adulthood. And yeah, a massive influence on making that decision to play netball, and still comes to every single game and supports me. So love her dearly. I was also a Penrith Junior, and I played for St Mary's, and I think I was 4 turning 5 at the time. I got into it because I had 2 older sisters, and I think they both played, and watching them I wanted to do the same thing. And I also watched mum play, so I just wanted to do the same thing as them.
Jayla, I need to ask you this then. Who's the better netball player out of you and your sisters?
Definitely me.
I thought I was going to get that answer. So what position do both of you play on the court? And if you had a dream position where you want to convince your coaches to put you next year, where would that be?
We're both mid-quarters. So we're mid-height. I wouldn't say we're short. I would say we're tall. Let's go, Jayla.
Yeah. So I probably. Oh.
I don't know what position. I don't know. Maybe goal defense, goalkeeper. Let's go something different. Everyone wants to be a goal attack. Everyone wants that position, Jayla.
So I actually played goal attack in my juniors and then transitioned out to the wing attack and then now this year out to the centre. I think I've never really had a position I've always wanted to play. I think kind of had the best of both worlds, attack and then now in the mid and doing some defence. So,
any netball achievements or highlights?
I think highlight for me was going away in April to play nationals. We came back with a win and were undefeated that year. I also won state age when I was 12s, 13s and 15s, but unfortunately got cancelled when I was 14. I was selected for the Panthers 2022 was a big highlight. And this year I was lucky enough to be selected in the CHS Opens for school, which is played next month, I'm pretty sure.
That's why I let her go, because she has all this mile long. Netball highlights for me would be, I'm going to say for currently making the Prelim Final, even though we lost, that's a massive highlight for myself and the team. Also playing for Australia was pretty cool. It was a massive experience for indoor netball in mixed. That was in Brisbane a couple of years ago now. And I don't know, I think it's just making every team is a highlight. I think any achievement that you make is a massive thing. And I think you got to take that as the hard work that you put in and making those teams an accomplishment of that. So,
what does the sport of netball mean to both of you, and especially playing for the Panthers?
Netball for me has been around for so long, and it honestly means the world to me to play. I know I have a list of injuries long. That's why I still come back, because I love it so much. And playing for Panthers is incredible. This club and sponsors and board and everything that goes behind the scenes that not many people see is incredible. Just to make sure that we get out on that court and to be able to play the best of our ability. So Panthers Premier League is an incredible club, and it's something I'm so proud of, not only to be a part of, but also to be captain of Opens. It's a massive highlight for myself, for the support and the players, making friendships along the way. So they've got Newcastle girls, and we've got Sydney, now we have Melbourne, and I think in Perth. And I think it's just build your friendship group and your relationships that you build along the way is incredible.
It would mean to me getting those like lifelong friendships you build and learning those new skills that you can use on court, but you can also use like in future careers and stuff like that. And playing for Panthers means to me like all the opportunities I get is great, and all the stuff I can learn off watching the Opens and all these older girls in the 23s means a lot. So I can grow and hopefully get someone later on.
What have both of you learnt from each other on and off the court, even though I know both you're in two different teams in Panthers?
Well, when Jayla and I verse each other, we love a push and shove. It's great. We're two fiery mid quarters, so a couple of elbows get thrown in there, and we're both very competitive. So I think that we'll learn that from each other, that we'll go for anything regardless who we play, whether it's a friend or not. And I honestly love helping out the 23s in whatever I can provide and assist with them. Obviously, been around netball a fair bit. I can try and offload some information and some different ways and styles of playing. So hopefully they learn a lot from the older girls and being around that when we train and have pre-games and pre-season, etc.
Off Carissa, I can learn her defensive game, because coming from a goal attack into a centre, there's not much of like you don't defend straight away. It's kind of like defend sometimes here and there. So definitely a defensive game is incredible, especially those elbows, I guess. And she's just really fit, and she'll just go for anything. And yeah, I want to bring that into my game.
Carissa, what does it mean to you to be captain?
What a broad question. It honestly means the world to me to have the support from the coaching staff, one, but also the support for the girls. To get captain, you have to do a video. You have to say the reasons of why you want to be captain. And knowing that my teammates have voted me to be captain means a lot. It actually means more doing it that way than just nominating and then getting assigned captain, because you know that the girls trust you in what you are doing and the decisions you're making. And sometimes you have to make some tough calls or be that tough person on the court for warm-up or drills. But at the end of the day, it honestly does mean a lot to me. And I think just developing as well as a captain, there's always development and room for improvement in leadership. And I think that's, a step where I want to continue and keep going for the future while I'm playing. And just keep being a role model as much as I can be.
Is that something you want to do to be captain, Jael? If you're not already?
I'm not captain at the moment, but it would be something nice, I guess. I think as I get older, I think it'll be something I'll strive to do. At the moment, when you're the youngest, it's good to get all their knowledge and just take it all in, and then you can use it when you get to that stage where you want to be captain.
What would be your advice to people, especially in the beautiful Penrith and the Blue Mountains areas, that should get involved in netball?
The advice I'd give to the young netballers out there is follow your dreams, work hard. Nothing's going to come easy. So being consistent, obviously think about your mind and think about your body and give time to that. But keep striving for those goals. Set them high because you never know what you can achieve. And get advice, support, do what you need to do to get to the places where you want to be. Don't let that fear decide where you want to go. Take those chances, because if it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change the person you become.
My advice would be embrace all of those opportunities, all the little ones, big ones that you get. Just be a coachable person, I think, and learn from the people that you're surrounded by and just take it all in and hopefully put it on court or use it in outside of netball as well.
And have fun.
Yes.
Enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, what's the point of doing it? So have fun.
Let's finish off with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moment on the court this season, and what was it, knowing that your games are live streamed throughout the season?
I know there's some Falcons through the live stream, that's for sure. Definitely some Falcons. I'm trying to think what else there was. It wasn't probably live stream, but at training, Jazz decides to fall over nothing. So we'll be doing like or grapevine, and she decides to just fall over and eat shit on her knee, like her knees are bruised, and traumatized. It's great. It's a good laugh. It's a great laugh.
Now, who's the comedian, the best singer, and into their TikToks?
Oh, in the 20s, it has to be Hannah. Hannah's always up to date with the new trends going on.
Probably Kayla. She's all over that. Singer, we all pretend we're singers. I'm trying to think who is the loudest. It's probably, I don't know, probably Lance is out there, Lou. We all think we're great singers.
Any pre-game superstition or ritual?
I usually listen to music in the car ride there, and I don't like tying my shoelaces until I have to. I'll keep them untied.
Well, I have a list. So even like when I got my new dress this year, I didn't wear it till we lost, and then I'd wear my new dress. Then with like shorts, I have to put my bike pants on before my crop top. And then when I tape, it's always left before right. I know, weird. And then when I tie my shoes up, it's once before warm up, and then I have to retie them before I play. Yeah. I'm a very superstitious person. Even going to the prelim, I now blame my parents and my mum and my nan, because normally I drive myself to netball, but they decided because of the prelim, we'll have a car ride, we'll drive in together. And I said, no, you can't do that, because I drive every time by myself to the game and home. And no, they couldn't understand my superstition. So they got in the car. So I blamed them for the loss. They changed my rituals.
Sorry, Jayla, I need to ask you this once a follow-up. Now, you mentioned you don't tie up your shoelace until you have to. Have you ever tripped over yourself on your own shoelace?
Never. I always remember to tie them just before I warm up or before rocking up. I like just before something. I always remember to do it. Others, if I don't, it just isn't good.
Yes. Any good nicknames in the team we should know about?
We call Leilani Moses or Jonah because that was going to be her boy name when she was issued a boy.
We had a few this year, but I can't remember them all. I know Katie is staunch because she's always like on the court. We just call her Staunchy Katie. And then we had, Kayla was Bigfoot because every time we would play, she was nowhere to like always go offside. And she has like a size 12 foot and she's not that tall. So we said, yeah, she's now called Bigfoot in our group chat. So it's great when she comments on things and it comes out Bigfoot has commented. That's fantastic. There's one more. I forget what it is. Oh, Sarah's monkey arms because Moy once was saying it in a drill, like, oh, she got long arms. And we're like, yeah, what can we call them? Like monkey arms. So we're like, yes, monkey arms. I think there's a couple more. Everyone's got a nickname, but I can't remember them.
Oh man, I wish I can to cover your games now this year.
They're great.
All right, I'll make sure I come to Sydney next year. You have to. Did either team have a fine system this year? And if so, who copped the most fines?
We didn't have a fine system, but they were going to start doing it like for our last game, but we didn't end up doing it. They were talking about doing it, didn't end up happening though.
We had one because we have a head of social committee, so she's in charge of all our social things. And so we haven't had our like end of year party yet, so we don't know who cops all the fine because that's going to be drinking, obviously, of some sort. But we believe it's one of them is Kayla because she's always on the physio bed. So a fine was who spends most time on the physio bed. I'm sure I was up there, but I've been told Kayla wins. So she'll be copping some fines in the next couple of weeks of, some liquid.
Both of you, thank you so much for getting up some of your time to join us. It's awesome entering the Mighty Panthers netball team. Of course, best of luck going to 2023. Can't wait to come up to Sydney next season to hopefully see you play and hopefully it's a weekend game in particular, but hopefully all goes well next year. And obviously for the Opens team, congratulations on making the prelim this year.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us and letting us share our stories of Premier League netball.
No worries. And that's Jayla and Chris. They're joined from the Panthers netball team. Of course, if you want to support the Mighty Panthers next year in 2023, we'll put all the details up on how you can support the Panthers or get involved in netball in the Penrith and the Blue Mountains area. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.